Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today's video is going to be a little different than usual. You guys know I mostly bring you some fashion hauls, some hair wig reviews, but today, honey, we are talking about starting our own business. In particular, I'm gonna kind of tell you guys how I have very recently, started my online business journey. And this will be the first video of many where I kind of keep you guys up to date with how my store is going, what I'm learning, what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, and everything in between. So if that sounds interesting to you, keep on watching. All right, y'all. Look, I did a thing. And I've done this thing before in the past, but we're gonna try it again with a new mind, with some wisdom. I think I got a few gray hairs somewhere in here. We're gonna try this again. And this is Shopify. All right, let's go back to 2016, I believe, when college-year-old me was like, man, I'm gonna get on Shopify. Everybody else doing it. Gets on Shopify, stays on for the 14-day trial, gets off Shopify. Failed case. Sure, I'm not the only one who just decided to do something. Well, now I'm back. I'm a few years older, and I'm going to try again, but this time in a niche that I actually thoroughly enjoy and with more research involved. All right, so let me just start by saying there are two things that I love. You guys know I'm a third grade teacher. I love my kids, I love my students, and I feel like if you haven't seen my From Lawyer to Teacher, whatever I named that video, you should check that out. I go more into depth about my journey into teaching. But in that video, I also explained that originally I want to be a fashion designer because I love clothes. That's why I have all these hauls. I have even more hauls to bring to you. Shein haul coming on my channel soon. But I also love design. Those are my two loves. So I knew if I wanted to try this online store again, it's something that I've always considered. I'm like, well, I could do it, but I don't really think I can do it. I don't think I have the know-how. I don't have the clout to start this store. So that's really what prevented me from acting on it until now. But yeah, I was like, I'm not gonna do that. But if I were to do it, me in dreamland, I was like, I would either do a fashion or a design type of store. The only reason I am not doing fashion, I love fashion. Kimora Simmons is my baby, okay? I wanted to be her so bad when I was little. She was my idol. I wrote my whole, what's that thing called? Whatever. My state test exam. In 6th grade, I wrote it on Kimora Simmons because she was my idol. And I wrote a whole paper, 3.5 essay about her. Sure did. So I love fashion. But it's kind of hard to start a fashion line, especially when you ain't got no money, honey. And I have $0 to be spending and putting towards all the money it takes to start my own fashion line. I wouldn't want to just, find the trendy two-piece set or trendy jumpsuit or the little crop halter top with the under boob that go skirt. I could do all that, and for people who do that, who do you? Because I'm sure you're successful and making money. I'm not knocking, what you got going on. But for me personally, if I do fashion, I want to do fashion. Okay, I want to be a part of the creation of the piece, the materials, the marketing. Like, I want to be all super. I want to feel the fabrics and be like, nah, not this fabric, not this fabric. Do we need to import it from here? Do I need to go and get it? Like, that's the type of vibe that I would want to be on with a fashion store. And honey, we ain't got that type of vibe money. So The next thing I love to do is design. My mom is actually a real estate agent, and she wasn't always that, but this is now her dream job. And we started off, when I was younger, she always used to watch HGTV, which in turn made me watch and fall in love with all the HGTV shows. So I grew up enjoying looking at houses, house renovations, house decorations, house decor, all the above. I grew up loving. So I was so excited to move to college. I decorated my room when I moved out of the dorms into an apartment on campus. I decorated that room. When I moved back home, I didn't decorate that room because I want to try to stay home long, honey. That's when I was getting my master's and I was ready to go. Not because my parents, they let me live for free, you know what I'm saying? But I was in college. I was on my own. I had my own place, my own space. And to be back under your parents' roof, under their rules, is a lot. So I quickly got it together, graduated with my master's, and got a job as a teacher, 3rd grade science. And now I live here. So, and when I moved here, I love decorating. Love looking on Pinterest, having a whole pin board dedicated to what I wanted my room to look like, my bathroom, the living room, the kitchen. Like, I just had a vision for everything. The patio. So I love decor. So I wanted my Shopify store, my e-commerce store, whichever platform you want to use. I decided that I wanted to do home decor because that's something that fuels me, that gets me excited, right? So yeah, that's what I did, you guys. I started looking at, the home decor stores that we all love, the Anthropologies, especially the ones that kind of fit my goal aesthetic. Like, what I like to purchase is what I want to sell, what I want to find suppliers who could deliver something. Because, honey, if I wouldn't buy it, I'm not going to sell it. If I wouldn't buy it, I'm not going to sell it. So I wanted all the pieces that fit my aesthetic. Bit of modern, bit of mid-century, bit of bohemian. That's my style. That's what I like. It's like a funky blend of all three. So that is what I searched for when I was building my site, finding the suppliers, and then finding the products to put on my store. Before I get into all that, what I will say is a lot of times on YouTube, you see videos of people talking about their stores, their e-commerce stores, and these people are showing you when they have how I make $10,000 a month with my store, how I make $1,000 a month with my store. Honey, I'm coming to you guys. I ain't made nothing yet. I haven't officially launched. Like, my site right now is live, which I probably should change that. What did I do? I don't know why I did that. I did that today at some point, but I may change it to make it not live anymore. But I created all my content and stuff. I'm starting from the bottom, honey. This is real. This is raw. This is me figuring stuff out. And I just wanted to kind of document my journey, but also tell you guys about how the journey is and get advice, because I know this platform has millions and millions and billions of people on it every day. I'm sure someone who has a successful e-commerce store can come give me advice, honey. Tell me what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, this, that, and the third. All right. So that's where I am right now. The first thing I did, I came up with my name after I figured out my niche. Am I saying the word niche? After I figured out my niche, like quiche, I came up with a name. Oh my. And you know what the worst feeling is? Coming up with this beautiful name in your head. You're like, because I have a whole backstory on my name. and the name that I eventually chose. But you come up with this name, it means something to you. You brought it up from the depths of your soul just to find out that somebody has that name already for something you ain't never heard of in a state all the way across the country. Not that I'm talking from experience or anything, but that's so disheartening. It's so disheartening when that happens. But you know, you persevere. I played around with other names, and then I landed upon a name that I still love just as much as my first name. And that is, and I'm going to put the name here and my website, Blooms and Birch. That is the name of my home decor store, Blooms and Birch. When I thought of a name for my store, I wanted something floral. I like flowers. Okay, I want something floral, naturey, and just modern, easy to say, easy to roll off the tongue. I just wanted something pretty. And who don't love alliteration? You know what I'm saying? The B and the B, Blooms and Birch. You know, we gotta have some alliteration up in that gent, right? So my name is April. April Flowers is my YouTube channel. Obviously, I love flowers. I'm not gonna get too deep into why I chose blooms, but it's not hard to tell one of the reasons, which is a flower blooms, plants bloom. I make flowers, and that's on period. Now, the birch came when I was looking up other natural words, and I actually was looking up natural words for a different reason that I'm not gonna tell you about. But I was looking up nature words for something else, and I came across birch. You heard of a birch tree. If you haven't, a birch is just a type of tree. And I came across that word days before I was thinking of the name for my Shopify store. I just knew I wanted to create the e-commerce store. And when I was thinking of it, I was like, no, I can't just do blooms. It needs to be blooms and something. I'm like, blooms is floral, and I love the floral, but I don't want just a bunch of, flower pieces. Actually, most of the pieces on my store are very natural, wood textured pieces. So I was like, wood, blooms and wood. No, I did consider for husband. Anyway, blooms and wood. What's something woody? I was like, oh, birch. I came across that word recently. Birch means tree. Bloom and birch. Blooms and birch. So, I thought the name was perfect for what I sell because the type of decor, like I told you guys, I have a modern, mid-century-esque, boho type of feel to my aesthetic, and that's what I wanted to bring you guys. So that is the feel of the site. I feel like the name encompasses that kind of woody, natural nature feeling that I want you guys to get when you come to my store. So it's absolutely perfect. So after I decided what I wanted to sell, the name, I also just went through and did everything you need to do. I created a business plan with my executive summary, a product list of the things that I wanted to sell and about how many of each item, and different ideas that I want to do in the future when my shop grows and when I can afford to do some extra things. I wrote all that down because, even if you got short-term goals that you can more readily achieve, and then you got long-term goals. So I was thinking of both, and actually that's the next thing I'm gonna say. I wrote out a list of short-term, and then I wrote out my long-term goals, just to get them down on paper. I also did my research to find suppliers, and I chose my top 4 or 5 suppliers that I researched and saw sold good home decor And after I found and did that research, I looked at each one, saw which one best fit my needs, chose one that best fit my needs, came up with names for my products, and yeah. I made my Instagram for it, so let me just do all the plugs, y'all. If you want to follow my personal Instagram, it will be here. I think it's April Rains 12, April Rains _12, if I'm not mistaken, and Rains with a Z. And I created my store Instagram, which is Blooms and Birch Decor. And I created a Facebook page, which is under April Blooms, and it is Blooms and Birch Decor, I believe. I just made that like a few hours ago, so I'm gonna have to check again. But make sure you guys just follow all those for me. Take a look at my site to see if you like it. No pressure. If you don't like nothing on that site, this is not the site for you, so that's fine. I just wanted to try something that I enjoy to see how other people would respond to my type of style. And I wanted to, like I said, document this and take you guys along with me to show you from zero. Like, Instagram account had 0 followers and now it has like 16. I ain't even got 20 followers yet. Facebook, I made today, a few hours ago, has 3 friends. Okay. But yeah, when I make and start giving out the ads, I'm gonna tell you guys what presets I use for the ads on my Facebook ads, the ads on my Instagram ads. I'm gonna tell you how I reached out to people to get them to try to promote it. I'm just gonna take you guys on the whole journey. And we're gonna be starting from the bottom, boo. Starting from the bottom to see what we can get rocking and shaking. Hopefully, I believe in myself. I believe that with the hard work, dedication, and time that I'm going to put into this store, because I love the store. It is now my baby. I'm so proud every time I look at her. Don't forget, once again, check her out, bloomsandbirchdecor.com. Yeah, I bought the domain name. Had to do that because, you need to buy the domain name so it can just look clean and crisp. But yeah, you guys, leave comments below. Give me ideas on what you think I should do in this launch, as launch date is approaching. What tips do you have for me? What YouTubers should I look at? And we can grow together, y'all. If any of y'all wanted to do a e-commerce store and you're like, man, I want to do this, but I don't see anybody starting from 0 followers. Well, now I got 16, but not a lot of clout. And even on my personal Instagram, y'all, I only have like 522 followers to date. Like, I'm not a big social media person. I don't like too much of my business out there. I may post every now and then, especially to close friends, which is what I utilize the most. But I'm not big on doing all that, so it never interests me to get my IG thousands of followers. Like, that never appealed to me. Now it seems like, it probably would have been a good idea. But, hindsight is going to be 2020. Anyway, some of y'all probably got even more Instagram followers than me. You probably got more clout than I do. But if you want to see how it started with no clout, get her done. That's what I'm going to do. I may make this a series. Comment some series names down below on what I should call this e-commerce journey. This beginner e-commerce journey. Like, I'll think on it myself. I'll marinate on it or whatever. But leave some ideas on what I should call this series. I'll update you guys as often as you want, really. Tell me that too. Not every day, though. That's ridiculous. But I will update you guys as often as humanly possible for this human. But with that being said, that's all I have for y'all. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you guys like this content that I am bringing you and that I am bringing you along on this very important, very special journey. And I can't wait to see what happens, and I can't wait to show you guys what happens. So I will see you next time.